Well, hey guys, I've been asked by quite a few guys about the Gen 8 CQB that I've built. Like, how did I do the front end? How did I wire it? How did I do the switch? So I thought I'll do a little video. It'll be quick, it'll be nasty because I haven't done one before, but I'll give it my best shot. So it's just a stock Gen 8.5 receiver, and everything else pretty much but stock is from I don't know where, spare parts. It's a STD MFT stock, stock standard buffer tube. The internals of the gearbox I'm not going to really get into. They're just 18:1s. Yeah, it's pretty much it. Just Chinese cheap gears. So yeah, so the front end, so I've got the war interest muzzle on it, flash hider, whatever you want to call it. I've just got a nice little hand grip. So yeah, I've done a couple of little things to the front end. So like, as you can see, I've done the mod on the front. So instead of your keyway, it's all threaded. I don't know if it's focused or not, but yeah, so I've done that. Makes it way easier to interchange hand guards, fishbone, what do you call them? Fish bones, whatever you want to call them. Yeah. So yeah, so that's pretty much it cosmetically. It's just running a 7mm Osgel type bore in it. It's roughly like, I'll be guessing it with the hop up in it. Look, it's probably going to be about 140mm, 150mm barrel. It's tiny. I've got like I think it's 80% cylinder in it. I'm pretty sure. I know I've put the stock standard 100% back in it. It's doing about 265, I think it is, roughly. But yeah, anyway, so what people are wanting to know is, how did I do this? So like, when you want to prime, you can see that when you prime the button, the light comes on. Also, when you fire it, it comes on too. So it's not that tricky. If you know a little bit about electronics, it's piss easy really. Did a little diagram up. I've taken a photo of this. It's pretty simple. For all your naggers out there, yes, I know this terminal goes in behind the black wire from your trigger switch. I know that just looks better, a little bit cleaner putting it out here. Everyone knows this is the red one. So yeah, so everything is done on the trigger switch and from your black wire from the mag terminal. So yeah, so anyway, what you put in this is a diode. If you don't already know this, a lot of people already know this. So one of these little things, it's a diode. It's like a little one-way valve for electronics. This is who I got it from. I don't know if that'll focus. Let me see. There we go. So that gives you a bit of info on what type of diode I'm using. They're pretty stock standard. And then this little fella. This is the momentary switch that I got. It's a 12mm. So just so you know, it's 12mm across. We'll start it from here. So that's what you want. You want the 12mm momentary switch. Fits pretty much perfect into where your other, like, I don't know, whatever you call this thing. I just pulled the plastic button out. Fits pretty good. Like, you might need to die grind a little bit out, but 9 times out of 10 they're a tight fit. They just go in. pretty nice. So yeah, you can get these in like heaps of different colors. I think you can get them like blue, white, red, green, yellow, purple, anything you want, just on eBay, really cheap. So yeah, the wiring that's inside this is all custom wiring. I use 16 gauge wire, the same as what's on my Turnigy's. As you can see, 16. I recommend using something like 22 gauge for your switch. As you can see, it's a lot smaller, and because you're putting that extra wiring into your internals, it stops with any pressure on your gears as well. I'm going to go back and probably take mine to 22. I think they're at 20 at the moment. They don't need anything massive. It's quite a small amount of power running through it anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you follow this wiring diagram, you're pretty much home and hosed. I've made it really simple. So yeah, just a note, when you put the diode in, make sure the silver bar, which is on one side, make sure that faces your trigger switch. This is for a Gen 8 box only too, guys, just to let you know. I haven't done a V2 yet. I might later on, but we'll see. So yeah, so that's just your general mag prime. You'll see on these switches there's 4 posts. So you'll notice that there's a positive on this side, a negative on the opposite pole. That's purely for illumination. Your actual switch is these sides here. Oops, sorry. Is these sides here that don't have any indicators on them. And it doesn't matter. It can be positive or negative. It's a switch. So either way, if it's not pushed in, it's off. If it's pushed in, it's on. You know, you're just connecting that current. Whereas with the illumination, you have to have a positive and it has to be negative. To save running 4 wires up, I just linked these two together with a piece of the diode material or metal, just here, just linked them up. It's pretty simple. Make a little bend and you can pretty much get them through like this. Anyway, you get my drift. Solder it in, solder one of your negative wires to that side, another negative on this side and a positive on there, so you run 3 wires up into the little chamber in here. That's pretty much it, unless you want to run it this way. This is just a really raw version. You've got positive and negative on your terminals. When your trigger's on, it'll feed a current into your terminals. So therefore, if you link the illumination part up in the switch, it'll turn on. Simple as that. So yeah, it's up to you. I spliced it into my mag wire. So like, I spliced it into my mag wire, so the positive into my mag wire, which is the back wire, the red one, around about here. So desoldered the terminal, ran some heat shrink, spliced it open and ran the wire out through here. You want to try and wire it all sort of externally, solder it externally, and you can just push it in. With this one, because I did die grind it a little bit too much on one side, it was a little bit loose, so I just arrow dieted it in and it's sticking in there like shit on a blanket. So it's pretty good. That's pretty much it. Like I said, if you get confused, go back to the diagram. I'll post it up next to the video. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm no expert, so it works for me. Do it however you want. There's no wrong or right way to do it. So figure out whichever way it suits you, and yeah, go to town. Like I said, it's a total gimmick. Yes, it might drain a little bit of your battery. Yes, it might do something else really weird or whatever. I don't know. I don't really care. it was just a gimmick for me, and it worked. So that's it. It's all a bit of fun. Yeah, so enjoy.